All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into another episode of the Urban Conservative Podcast. Today, we're talking about the tax cap clowns in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Mecklenburg County Commissioners are fighting to keep raiding your wallets. The Urban Conservative Podcast about to start in just a few moments.
Hey, buddy, do you like NASCAR? Do you like a tribe called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you love the Urban Conservative.
Welcome to the Urban Conservative Podcast, where we do not believe that avocado toast can save the planet or the world will end, because cars use gasoline. You won't hear that Wi-Fi is a basic human right, or that billionaires are secretly supervillains. Here, we do not believe that electric cars run on hopes and dreams. You also won't hear that anyone who disagrees with us is a fascist, or that socialism will make everyone rich. You won't be gender affirmed or offered any opportunity to share your preferred pronouns. If this causes you any discomfort, please rest assured that we couldn't possibly care less. For everyone else, thank you, and please stand by.
My fellow Americans, it's time for the Urban Conservative Podcast. This is without a doubt the best podcast on the internet. It's about to go down here on the Urban Conservative.
3, 2, 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's good with you? This is Abdul Ali, the Urban Conservative, coming at you live from the front lines where blue city politicians keep treating your paycheck like their personal ATM. And we keep saying, nah, bruh, not today. Got to give a big shout out to everybody over at the Messenger Papers. Big ups to everybody with the 12th Congressional District GOP. Make sure you check out their upcoming comedy show. Matter of fact, we'll jump right in today. We are zooming in on the Queen City's latest clown show, which happens to be our illustrious Mecklenburg County Commissioners. And what are they up to? Now, I do want to say this before I tell you what they're up to. There are absolutely no Republicans on the Mecklenburg County, North Carolina Board of Commissioners. Not a single solitary not uno, not one Republican on your Mecklenburg County Board of Commissioners. But the Mecklenburg County Commissioners are pushing back against a property tax cap that the North Carolina legislature wants to put into effect via a constitutional amendment. These folks acting out here like the state trying to handcuff their right to tax you into the grave. Think about that. They are pushing back against a cap on your property taxes. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to keep it serious, but we also got to deal with this issue from a few different perspectives. So let's get straight to the madness. Just this week, Mecklenburg County leaders, that is your county commissioners in Mecklenburg County, Charlotte, North Carolina, came out swinging against a proposed constitutional amendment from the North Carolina General Assembly. And that amendment is basically a levy limit, basically a cap on how much local governments can jack up property tax revenue year after year. Basically, that amounts to no more unlimited hikes just because they feel like it and they need their money to spend on illegals and pet projects. So Mecklenburg is like, hell no, we don't want a limit on the amount of tax money we can take from our citizens. They got a whole presentation lined up telling the state that this cap would, quote, significantly impact the budget, quote, because, drum roll please, dun, 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 64% of the revenue from Mecklenburg County comes from property taxes. That is 64%. That is the goose that lays the golden egg, okay? Now, they are basically out here squeezing homeowners like a lemon is essentially what they're doing. So these commissioners are acting like the sky is falling because Raleigh might say, hey, maybe don't raise taxes faster than folks can pay their mortgage. How about that? They claim it'll hurt essential services and responding to growth. Translation is actually, we need that money for more community resource centers nobody asked for, equity audits, and whatever BS pet projects that keep the specialist interest happy, is essentially what it boils down to. So on a serious note, this should really hit home for you if you are a Democrat, unaffiliated, just a property tax owner in Mecklenburg County. Because think about this, property taxes in Mecklenburg are already sky high. Charlotte's one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Property values are going up, but instead of being smart with the money they already got, they want to keep cranking up the property tax rate. And homeowners, especially Black and brown families who finally scrape together to get that down payment, are going to get crushed. Okay. You bust your ass, you buy a house, and now the county looking at you like, thanks for the equity. We'll take another little piece of that. Thank you very much. Now, let's be real. This ain't exactly new. They've been increasing property tax revenue faster than inflation and population growth for years. And now the state legislature, by the way, Republican led, is trying to protect taxpayers, and they want to put guardrails on it. Maybe even, I don't know, put it to a voter referendum. Let's see if the people want these local governments to have the ability to raise their property taxes willy-nilly. Okay? And the fact of the matter is, the Mecklenburg County commissioners are essentially pushing the outrage button, thinking this is a personal attack. So imagine this. Your local government being so addicted to your tax dollars, you treat a reasonable cap like they're trying to defund the police. Wait, they already tried that. My bad. My bad. This is the same crew that wouldn't cooperate with ICE on criminal detainers, let felons roam the light rail, and now they're crying poverty when the state says, maybe slow your roll on stealing from the homeowners. Because that's all it is stealing from the homeowners. And the funny part is they call it, quote unquote, protecting services. Bruh, if your budget is 64% one revenue stream and you can't handle a cap, that's not a growth problem. That is a spending problem. Why don't you cut the waste, prioritize roads and cops over feel good fluff, and maybe you won't need to treat every homeowner like an open wallet or an ATM machine. And this ties right into what we've been saying right here on the podcast about Charlotte government being the absolute worst. Same pattern, ideology over reality, big government over the taxpayers, illegals over the citizens. Raleigh Republicans are trying to give power back to the people with this cap, and Mecklenburg County commissioners are out here fighting like it's the end of the empire. Newsflash, it's your empire. It's not the people's empire, okay? So this ain't just Mecklenburg. It is a blue city blueprint nationwide. But right here in the Queen City, they're trying to make it personal. So let's keep it all the way a buck, as they say. North Carolina already got a max rate of cap at $1.50 per $100 assessed value. Mecklenburg sitting pretty at around 49 cents right now. This new thing is about levy limits, stopping the sneaky annual revenue jumps that hit your bill even when the rates stay the same. Mecklenburg County commissioners say it'll mess with funding schools, safety, infrastructure. Cool story, man. But when it was the last time they showed us the fat that could trim? When was the last time they actually showed us the fat that they could trim? When is the last time they cut spending? Instead of dropping millions for a PR campaign, as they called it, to improve public safety perception while real crime is still wild. Same crew that needed federal ICE to clean up their catch and release mess, okay? So here's the bottom line. Mecklenburg County has a spending problem. Mecklenburg County has a taxation problem. And the working class folks who are working hard, paying their taxes, doing everything they're supposed to do, deserves this protection from the North Carolina General Assembly. And you ought to remember the next time your county commissioners are up for election that they are fighting to take more of your hard-earned tax dollars. All right, folks, that's the show. Mecklenburg commissioners out here pushing back on property tax cap like it's a threat to their lifestyle. Well, basically it is, but they want to keep the gravy train rolling while you pay the tab. And we're going to keep exposing it right here on the Urban Conservative Podcast. Make sure you give us a like, share, follow, subscribe. Peace and love, y'all.